All right, welcome back to another Let's Talk Voice. Welcome, everyone, or watching this in the future. Welcome. Um, we missed last week because I didn't feel good. But we're back this week, and some great news and some cool stuff coming down the line or here right now.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I know for me, it's been an interesting past couple weeks. Things are starting to get warmer. We're starting to get into spring a little bit. That's keeping me busy. Um, Also, baseball season kicked in for the kiddo, so
Ah,
I got suckered into coaching, so that keeps me on my toes too. But you're right, we do have a really good show lined up today. If you're familiar with Star Wars and May 4th, May the 4th be with you, Force, 4th, all that. Um,
uh, I think they should know because this is the way.
this is the way. Yeah, yeah. Um, so we've got a couple Star Wars things lined up, even though it's a little early, but there are some things that we want to bring to everyone's attention so that you can jump on them now to be ready. So
Exactly.
yeah, we've got a couple things planned. Some not breaking news. I found out about this today, earlier today, and it is, yeah, I guess it's kind of released today as far as the blog post regarding it.
Oh, really?
Um,
I didn't even see
yeah,
that. I
yeah.
just saw it was April. This this is awesome. Oh, I guess it was yesterday.
It was yesterday. Yep,
Yeah.
yeah. I found out about it today. I guess it was
Oh,
yesterday.
good. Yeah, I'm glad you
Um,
found out about it because this is going to be exciting. But
yeah,
before
yeah,
that,
and yep, yep, yep. Let's jump into a couple things here. Um, we have for our spilling the pot beans, right?
yep.
Uh, this is kind of neat. There are new Star Wars Amazon Echo Dot stands. So there's actually quite a few things for Alexa devices. And if you have that link, we'll throw that there. Oh, you beat me to it.
All
Perfect.
right. Put it
Um,
in the chat. Yep.
yep. So this is for the the fourth and fifth
Fourth and
gen
fifth.
Echo Dots, like the ball ones that you see.
Yep.
And there's a Darth Vader stand, a Mandalorian stand, and a Stormtrooper stand.
Yep.
And what's neat is whenever you use your device, it has that ring at the bottom so that you know that it's activated, and it lights up the eye section. So you can
Yeah.
see that little hue, that
So
blue hue.
this is red right now, but this will light up blue
Hmm.
when you have it activated. I
Yeah.
think this is a fourth
Yeah.
gen, but it's blue. I
I
don't know which one would this would look good on. Maybe Mando's helmet.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the thing. Like, I mean, I think it'd be neat if you had one for Darth Vader and you kept it on mute, and then the eyes would be red.
Oh, eyes would
That
be
would
red.
kind of be
Yeah.
neat. That'd be kind
Yeah.
of neat.
Uh-huh.
Um, the Mando one looks really good too.
It looks
Um,
sick. It looks
I like it.
amazing. Yeah,
But
I'm
if
I'm a
you
fan.
so if you had to pick one of those three, which would you pick? Would it be the
The
Mandalorian?
Mando. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. I think
Darth
that's a
Vader just to me, I think is overused. I mean,
mm,
eventually Mando's gonna be overused, but we've had Darth Vader for since the 70s. So um, you know,
what is it, 40 years now?
is it?
Did I lose
That's
you?
crazy.
Okay. 40. Yeah, crazy. Um so they are a little expensive in my opinion,
Hmm.
but I guess they are kind of like licensed merchandise. So they're
Yep.
$40, you know. But there are bundles where you can get the Echo Dot and the stand for 89.98, which I
Yep.
think kind of was a little high for those. Um, I know they usually do a few sales every once in a while on the
Hmm.
dots, and you can get them for a pretty good price. So,
Yeah.
but it's kind of neat to have the each one of those available. But if you keep reading this article here, the there's a Star Wars Mandalorian remote covers for the Fire TV, which is second gen. And
Oh, okay.
they have two colors that you can pick. One is Bounty Blue and Grogu Green. So that was kind of neat. Um
Ah, I
and
see.
then
Okay.
yep. Yep. Uh and then they do have a Grogu uh also stand that they released last year.
Last year. Hmm.
Yeah, they have that still available. That's for third gen devices.
Hmm.
And there's also one available for fourth and fifth as well, but you do have to differentiate between the two.
I feel like Jeff here.
Oh
That would be
yeah,
for
right.
this gen right here.
Yep, yep.
Uh,
He's just pulling them all out, left and right.
yeah,
Nice.
and here's the first gen.
Oh, see, I like the first gen. I
Yeah, the
I
first gen
like that
is
power.
amazing.
Yeah,
It has
I really like that
definitely
power.
a lot of good speakers, and uh, mine just kind of got weak
Mm,
on like everything.
sure, sure.
I don't know if the microphone or like the speaker kind of just wore out or what. I don't know enough about that stuff.
Yeah,
But
yeah. But the last
yeah.
part of this that I wanted to bring up real quick was you can so Alexa's putting out, or Amazon Alexa is putting out for Star Wars Day 2023, which is May 4th, 2023, a few extra things that you can do with your Alexa device. And these are always kind of fun to play with.
Hmm.
There's Alexa, begin my Jedi lessons. And it
Nice.
says you can develop your skills with the Force with 9 different Jedi lessons. So that's kind of neat. I want to try that
I'll
out.
have to do that. Yeah.
Uh, there's teach me a Jedi trick, or excuse me, a Jedi mind trick.
Mind track.
So
Hmm.
I'm not sure what that is. I don't know if that's just going to be a play on like mindfulness or meditation type of thing.
Mm, yeah.
Um, there's going to be use the force, and you can do that from May the 4th to the end of May, and there'll be different
Nice.
interactions that you can come across. And then this one's kind of neat. It says Alexa, do or do not, and it says need a partner to complete your Star Wars quotes. Alexa knows a ton, so kind of neat. And then there's Alexa, enable the Star Wars routine. Then use the phrase, Alexa, I find your lack of faith disturbing to get into the dark side mindset. So they're
This is
really pulling
so
out some of the
cool.
stops.
This is
Yeah.
so cool.
I've actually
Nice.
bookmarked this article here, and so I'm gonna play around with those. That'll
Yeah.
be pretty neat.
Very
So
nice. Great
I'm sure we'll
find.
see some videos up there. Yeah.
Yeah. I,
Cool.
I think we need to release some videos of our own. I think we need
Yes.
to do some
Yes.
shorts with this stuff.
That's a good
Uh,
idea. I like that. I like that.
so watch out for some shorts on YouTube.
Hmm.
We'll release some stuff. This is great.
Nice. Nice.
All right. Did you have anything else? Have you finished Mandalorian?
I have. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Um, then next time, we'll definitely do a deep dive on Mandalorian. We
Perfect.
won't try to give you any spoilers or whatnot,
Hmm.
but our thoughts and our comments and whatnot about it.
Sure. Sure. Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
that definitely needs its own slot in
Yes,
time.
I
Um,
agree. I agree.
but yeah, not probably next week we'll definitely do that on Mandalorian.
Cool.
Um, and yeah, you got anything else though?
Not for this. Just if
Okay.
you're a Star Wars fan, there's always those little Easter eggs out there, and it's nice to see that Alexa and the Amazon and the Alexa community are kind of getting in on the fun too.
Yeah,
It's
and
always neat.
exactly. So since Kevin brought this to us, he has spoken, or I have spoken, I should say. You should say I have spoken,
I have spoken. I have spoken.
because I showed the GIF.
Oh, nice, nice, perfect, perfect, perfect.
So, anyways, uh, we are on to our conversation for today.
Hmm.
Um, it is. I don't know how much we're gonna have a conversation about it, but I am
Sure, sure.
glad this is definitely out there finally. I know
Hmm.
a lot of people uh, have wanted to see this.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
I guess I'll share my screen on this because
yeah. If you
there's
don't
some
mind.
good stuff to show.
So typically at the beginning of the week, I kind of check
Where
out some
is
news and some pieces and parts of things and whatnot. And I actually found this because of our friend Karthik. So Karthik shared this blog post, and as soon as I saw the title of Alexa widgets, I had to jump on it and see what it was all about. So I I pulled up this article, and again, it says staff writer, and I always like to know who the writer is to kind of give them the credit or kind of see what else they've written, because I really like the style that this blog post is written in. Like I can
mm-hmm,
tell there's somebody that put some extra personalization into this one, which
mm-hmm,
is fantastic. But it says that Amazon announced today, which would have been yesterday, the ability for all skill developers to create Alexa widgets. And so for those of you who don't know what an Alexa widget is, it's very, very similar to any other widgets, maybe on Android or iPhone. I think iPhone calls them widgets as well. And it's just a small little section of your screen that has functionality to it or can have functionality assigned to it, if that makes sense. So you could
yep,
have a to do list, right? You could have a calendar, but that's also something that you can interact with. So um, definitely useful for the larger screen devices. I think these are only for eights and above. I
okay.
think
I
that
was gonna say
I think that's
10 no, above, but you might be right.
I think. Don't
I
quote
could
me,
have
but I'm
sworn I've seen some on my 8, but I didn't know if I could actually make them for that
yeah,
one.
yeah. I believe earlier I confirmed 8, 10, or 15. It, it
Okay,
it's it works for. But
perfect.
it's I
And
always
to just to show everyone on the screen there, it's kind of small here, but this is this picture of this Echo 15. These are all widgets, different widgets that is on this Echo Show. We'll show some more in here soon,
sure.
but continue on.
Yep. I always like these type of blog posts that are a combination of information and a tutorial. These are
Yes,
always nice. And the fact that you can get this up and running in 15 minutes is pretty cool.
it's
Um, and
amazing.
it really is. It really is. And of course, you're basically copying and pasting someone else's code to get yourself up and running, but that's what we do on a daily basis anymore. Nothing is built from scratch exactly most of the time.
Yeah.
But it's super simple to jump into. And of course, as I've said multiple times on this show, that I love Alexa's documentation.
Hmm.
They're really thorough, and they give you examples and they break things down. And this is no different, but
Exactly.
it's very simple. Um, the way that they're doing it in this post is that you're going to import a skill widget sample. So that's just a matter of logging into your developer console, creating a skill, and then when you get to that template stage, there's an import skill button, and you're just going to pull in this repository that they've listed, and it's for a plant care widget. So
Mm-hmm.
you tap it, and it says that you watered this plant. You as someone who doesn't have a green thumb, I'm not familiar with all the plants that were in this repository, but it's still pretty neat.
Hmm.
But it's very quick. It takes just a minute or two to import all that. And then once you have it up, you go through the whole thing of changing your invocation name. And there's just a little section of building your model, right? That's something we
Mm-hmm.
always do whenever we have to go through it. Um, there is a section here that you have to update your client ID and secret, right? No big deal there. Pretty straightforward. And then you can deploy it and then you can test it. And this is somewhere where I might have to ask you might have a little bit more or a lot a bit more experience than I do. Are you familiar with these responsive kind of templates that are down here in the multimodal response section?
Yeah. Yes and no.
Okay,
This widget thing, I haven't seen that, and I was just on there yesterday, but I
okay,
was not on there today. So it could have been that they haven't updated all the consoles yet.
sure, sure.
Um, I think I would have noticed this widget button.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Pretty obvious.
um, yeah, but yes, this is a normal how you would create APL templates
Okay.
in the console.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Because if you click into some of these associated links, it does give like um, best practices
Oh,
and
okay.
kind of some design um,
Oh,
guidelines that
yeah.
you should
Hmm.
follow. Those types of things. Same thing whenever you're doing something for voice and Amazon, it says, "Hey, we recommend using these set of rules for conversation and whatnot." It's the same thing with these widgets. They have kind of a set structure that they've outlined for kind of best practices. So
Gotcha.
it's nice to see all that.
Hmm.
This section here, push to a device. This is where I'm assuming that it says for 8, 10, or 15.
Yep. Makes
So
sense.
that's where I figured eights would work for it as well.
Yep.
I have an 8, but I can't say that I've put any widgets on it. So I'll have
Hmm.
to play around with something like that. But yeah, that's pretty much the entire uh, post. Just saying that you can push that to a device at that point once you have that set up.
That
And
install button is new as well.
yeah,
I
yeah, I
was
saw that. I figured that was.
wondering where they were getting this from, but it's from the console. So
Mhm,
I you can preview all the time. Uh,
right,
I do it all the time. I send it to my show 10 right here because it's uh, some things work on the console, but not always do they work on the device, or vice
sure,
versa. Some might
sure.
work on the device and not on the console. So I always preview on a device, but the install that is new.
Yeah, yeah, kind of neat. Um, and I'm assuming it still works. I mean, they're responsive templates, so same thing like grid system type stuff, and then having text and layouts and
Hmm.
stuff like that. I'm assuming that's all pretty straightforward if you're coming from that APL side of it. Um, it's
They
just
are also using all responsive Alexa things. So they are meant to be responsive. Um,
perfect, perfect,
yeah.
which is good. Always
Yep.
good. especially when you're going from something like a 15 to an 8. There's definitely
Mm-hmm.
that difference there.
Mm-hmm.
But so I'm gonna ask, and this is kind of off the cuff here, but do you have any ideas for what you would use a widget for, or any requests that you have for for a widget? I know it's
I
kind of
was
on the
trying to
spot.
think of this earlier,
Hmm.
and I don't know. I mean, it'd be nice to be able to like I don't know, do something with one of my games that would
Sure.
be able to like you could check in via a widget or something like that.
Hmm.
If you didn't have time to play or something like that. I don't know. I'm just
Yeah.
spitballing ideas.
Yeah. Yeah. Mine would kind of be like a kid chore check off list,
Okay.
like a to do list, which there is that functionality that exists,
Mm-hmm.
but this would be really kind of tailored towards uh, kiddos. So
Yeah.
that if I had a 15, and a nice large one, and it was
Mm-hmm.
just kind of mounted somewhere where the kids could get to it, and if I, I mean, I'm probably a terrible dad. I don't do the whole like, I mean, my kids are only like, how old are they? Oh, geez, 5 and 3, so they don't really have chores exactly. They just are expected to do stuff every once, clean whatever. I digress. They don't get allowance or anything like that. But
Okay.
okay, so but eventually, maybe if they did these chores like mowed the grass or split wood or something, I'm very, I don't know. I don't know. I'm very like
Mow the grass or
ch-
split wood.
child
Yeah.
child labor advocate groups are
Kevin,
coming after me now.
our kids are not us, okay?
Right.
They're not growing up in the same type of thing as we did. Uh,
Right. Yeah, yeah.
that's
Milk
funny.
milk the cows by hand and all that.
Yes, yes.
Anyway, after they're done with their very important chores that are very critical to society functioning and all that, um,
Yeah.
they could just go in and tap the picture of the the
Oops.
cow or the tree
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
something. You know what I mean? Something simple. But that would be my right off the cuff widget idea. Um, Same thing with even something more friendly for calendar events and things like that. The stock calendar widget.
Hmm.
Now, if you have the ability to customize and make it your own a little bit better, that's always a nice thing.
Yeah.
Um, a lot of what when I first got into coding and programming and stuff was coming up with things that I wanted, right? Like I wanted to make a game because nobody else made this game.
Hmm.
So I wanted to play it. I was selfish, and then I made it, and then I was happy. So yeah, I'm always happy to see this kind of functionality and these kind of tools being trickled down.
Yeah.
Anytime something's proprietary, I get it, but it's nice when they kind of open the toolbox up a little bit and hand me a screwdriver or a utility knife or a hammer. So
Well said. Well said.
yeah, yeah, good stuff there. But
Nice.
anything I can use some force with,
Oh.
right? Right?
With that said,
Yeah. There we go.
I do have a a bean taste test that we can try out.
Perfect. Perfect.
Um, and I speak with words, huh? I excited that I got my Fire TV working.
Nice.
Um,
Nice.
I just realized you can't see the Fire TV though.
I can't see it.
That is one of the things that I was going to try to accomplish. Um, since you, everyone can't see this. Let's
I'm gonna
see.
pull up Twitch in another window and see what I can
Finish
see.
setup to screen share. Okay. Let's see.
Oh, okay.
There we go. Or no, yeah. Window. That one. Yep. Oh, now you can see it. But I'm sure you can't hear
Oh,
it.
there we go.
So I have no idea.
Yeah, no worries. No worries.
I don't even know if I can hear it. I think I can hear it. But we'll see.
I have Twitch open in a window, so I'll have a little echo. I can listen to it.
Okay, cool. All right, so today we I mentioned him before just today. Jeff Blankenberg made this Star Wars databank skill a long time ago. He does a lot of talks about it and whatnot. So and it has a lot of cool stuff you can do. So without further ado, let's try it out.
Nice.
Open Star Wars databank.
Hello. I was expecting someone with your
Great.
reputation to be a little
Oh, that
older.
made it sound.
I can answer your questions about people and places in the Star Wars
Oh, it's
universe,
going
and
out.
even vehicles,
I
weapons,
can't hear
or
it.
droids. What would you like to know about?
I heard it. It said, "What would you like to know about?"
Okay. I
I
don't
can
think we're
answer your
gonna be able
questions
to
about people and places
do
in the Star
the.
Wars universe, and even vehicles,
You
weapons,
tell me
or
what it
droids.
says.
What would you like to know about?
Monitor output. I have it. Monitor output. Oh gosh.
I don't hear anything.
I didn't say anything.
Did I mute?
Um,
Oh,
who is Darth Vader?
You asked me about Darth Vader. Darth Vader is a bad man.
Once again, I can't
Also,
hear it.
spoiler
So-
alert. He is Luke Skywalker's father. What else can I provide information about?
That's funny. I see it's done. So,
yep. It's
What
so
else
I'll
can I
recap real quick. It said,
You stuck
I
up,
think it was the
half-witted, scruffy-looking
Ryan
nerf
voice.
herder.
It said, "I hear you asked about Darth Vader. He's a bad man." And then he said, "Also, he is Luke Skywalker's father. Something, something, something. What else would you like to know about?"
okay.
So, yeah.
What is Sabak?
I didn't find a match for Sabbath, but you can ask about a character, or a species, or a vehicle, for example. What else would you like to know?
No results for Sabbath, I think is what it thought you said.
How do you say Sabak? Isn't it Sabak?
Sabak, yeah.
What else would you like to know?
The card game thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Time to abandon ship.
What is Sabak?
I didn't find a match for Sabbath, but you
As
can
I'm
ask about a
spitting all over
character,
my
or a species,
remote.
or a vehicle, for example.
Keep picking
How
up
else may I
Sabbath.
be of assistance?
Okay. What is a Ranthar?
I didn't find a match for a
I think
Rantar,
it
but you can
totally
ask about a
butchered your
character,
name.
or a species, or a vehicle,
Rathar?
for example.
Rantar is what it
What
was
else
going
can
with.
I provide
Rantar.
information about?
What is a Rathar?
I have chosen a weapon for you. Battering ram cannon. I don't have any information about this weapon yet. My
It
data is
shows a
still being
battering
completed.
ram cannon.
My apologies. What else would you like to know? What else would you like
It
to
says his
know?
database is still being updated. My apologies. So
Tell me about Asaka Tano.
I didn't find a match for acetone tunnel, but you can ask about a character, or a species, or a vehicle, for
Acetone
example.
tunnel.
Is there something else you would like to know?
I can't speak at all. Tell me about Ahsoka Tano.
You asked me about Ahsoka Tano. Ahsoka
Yay!
Tano, a Togruta female, was
There
the
we go.
Padawan learner to Anakin Skywalker and a hero of the Clone Wars. Alongside Anakin, she grew from
I wonder if
headstrong
he has
student
anything
into a
about
mature leader.
Mandalorian.
But her destiny laid
Um,
Alana a different path than the
we'll
Jedi.
see.
What else can I provide information about?
He's really got a good explanation for Ahsoka.
Who is Din Djarin?
I didn't find a match for Den Djarin, but you can ask about a character, or a species, or a vehicle, for example.
No
Is there
luck.
something else you would like to know?
Who is the Mandalorian?
You asked me about Din Djarin. His body is shielded by Beskar armor,
I said
his
Din
face hidden
Djarin.
behind a T-visored
Right,
mask,
yeah.
and his past is wrapped in mystery. No one is quite sure who this well-equipped stranger is. The Mandalorian is battle-worn and tight-lipped, a formidable bounty
Great.
hunter in an increasingly dangerous galaxy. How
Like
else
the,
may I be of
description.
assistance?
Who is the child?
You asked me about the child. Oh dear. I know the child is a character, but I don't seem to have any information yet. My data is still being completed. My
Wow.
apologies. Is there something else
He
you would
says,
like to know?
I know you asked me about the child, but my information is unclear. I don't have any information yet about the child.
Okay.
So I don't know. Maybe it's season 1.
Is there something else you would
Um,
like to know?
Who is Grogu?
I didn't find a match for Grogu, but you can ask about a character, or a species, or a vehicle,
No,
for
man.
example.
Okay.
What else can I provide information about?
Who is Yoda?
You asked me about Yoda. Oh dear. I know Yoda is a character, but I don't seem to have any information yet.
No match?
My data is still being completed. My
It
apologies.
says, I know
How
he is
else
a
may I be
character,
of
but I don't
assistance?
seem to have any information yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who is Commander Cody?
Good one.
You asked me about Clone Commander
Just
Cody.
watched Bad Batch.
Oh
today.
dear. I know Clone Commander Cody is a character, but I don't seem to have any information yet.
Same.
My data is
Same.
still
But
being
at this time
completed.
it said, I know
My
Clone
apologies.
Commander Cody
How else may I be of
is
assistance?
a character in the Star Wars universe. I just don't have any information yet.
Okay.
So
Nice.
So that's interesting. Yeah.
How else
if
may I be
anyone's
of
in chat,
assistance?
let me know what you want to hear. Tell me about Dagobah. Tell me about Dagobah.
I didn't find a match for
Might
Dagobah,
have,
but you can ask about a
not
character,
held it in
or a
long
species,
enough.
or a vehicle, for example.
No, man.
What else can I provide information about?
Tell me about Dagobah.
You asked me about Dagobah. Home to Yoda during his
Yeah,
final
there we go.
years, Dagobah was a
There we
swamp-covered planet strewn with the Force, a forgotten world where the wizened Jedi Master could escape the notice of Imperial forces. Characterized by its bard-like conditions and fetid wetlands, the murky and humid quagmire was undeveloped, with no signs of technology.
Wow.
Though it lacked civilization,
like, its
the
whole
planet was
climate
teeming with
and
life,
everything.
from its
Really?
dense, jungle
Yeah.
undergrowth to its diverse animal population. Home to a number of fairly common reptilian
I
and
gotta
amphibious
drop 20
creatures,
for it.
Dagobah also boasted an indigenous population of much more massive
Tell me
and
when it's
mysterious life forms. Surrounded by
Still good.
creatures generating the living force,
Mysterious
Yoda
life
learned to connect
forms,
with the deeper
surrounded
cosmic
by
force and waited
creatures.
for one who might bring about the return of the Jedi Order. What else would you like
Talking
to
about
know?
Yoda now.
Nice.
There we go. Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
What else would you like to know?
What planet is desert?
I didn't find a match for desert, but you can ask about a character, or a species, or a vehicle, for example. What else would you like to know?
In the movies, Star Wars movies, there's a planet with snow on the ground. Which one is it?
What else would you like to
I'm
know?
sure there's not going to be anything like that.
I just said, what else would you like to know?
Tell me about Hoth.
There you go.
I didn't find a match for half, but you can ask about a character, or a species, or a vehicle,
Half.
for example. What else?
Tell me about the planet Hoth.
I didn't find a match for the planet Hearth, but you can ask about a character, or a species, or a vehicle, for
Keeps
example.
picking up half.
What else would you like to know?
H-A-T-H.
You need to get some cinnamons.
Cinnamons?
Cinnamon.
Yeah.
Gosh, dang it. Synonyms.
What else would you like to know?
You got any?
Let's try Jabba the Hutt. Try Jabba.
Who is Jabba the Hutt?
You asked me about Jabba the Hutt. Jabba the Hutt was one of the galaxy's most powerful gangsters, with far-reaching influence in both politics and the criminal underworld. There were no second chances with Jabba, something Han Solo would find out, though the slug-like alien would ultimately fall victim to his own hubris and vengeful ways.
Seen Rebels?
What else can I provide information
some
about?
of it.
Okay. I won't give it away then.
Okay.
Nice.
Who are the Hutt twins?
Nice.
I don't think that Undefined is a character in the Star Wars universe. I've asked my data manager to investigate.
Undefined.
How else may I be of assistance?
Ask the data manager to investigate.
You got anything else?
You got to do R2D2.
How else may I be
Who
of
is
assistance?
R2D2?
I didn't find a match for R2D2, but you can ask about a character, or a species, or a vehicle,
No match.
for example. Is there something else you would like to know?
Who is the robot R2D2?
I didn't find a match for the robot R2D2, but you can ask about a character, or a species, or a
I
vehicle,
just got hit with
for
an ass,
example.
so I can't see the stream.
What else can I
Oh.
provide information about?
Nice.
But I'm wondering if it is a synonym thing, like, the character R, the numeral
What else can I
2,
provide information
you know,
about?
versus ARTOO.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yep. All right. So, what is IG88?
You asked me about IG88.
That was one of them.
Many people in the galaxy fear
There you go.
droids,
Okay.
what with the memories of the Clone
I'm
Wars
supporting the
still
stream
fresh in
with,
their
add
minds.
2 of 3.
Far more terrifying than
Nice.
battle droids
Thank
were
you.
assassin droids, independently programmed mechanical killers that had no masters. IG88 is a battered Clone War droid who has become a bounty hunter, and answered Darth
like it's
Vader's
going off
call to
pretty good,
capture the
though.
Millennium
Pretty good
Falcon
description.
during the events surrounding the Battle of Hoth. How else may I be
Yeah.
of assistance?
All right. Oh.
May the Force be with you?
What is the Razor Crest?
I didn't find a match for the Razor Crest, but you can ask about a character, or a species, or a vehicle,
No match
for
for the
example.
Razor
Okay.
Crest.
Is there something else you would like to know?
What is the Millennium Falcon?
You asked me about Millennium Falcon. Despite her humble
Yay.
origins and shabby exterior, the Millennium Falcon has played a role in some of the greatest victories of the Rebel Alliance and the New Republic. The Falcon looks like a worn-out junker, but beneath her hull she's full of surprises. A succession of owners, from Lando Calrissian and Han Solo to Gannis Dukkan, have made special modifications that boosted the freighter's speed, shielding and firepower to impressive,
of info.
and downright illegal, levels. The price of such tinkering.
I know, I'm
The
still
Falcon can
listening
be
to it. It was
unpredictable,
talking about all
with
the
a hyperdrive
owners of the
particularly
Millennium Falcon,
bulky.
the different upgrades
Despite
that
her
it
flaws,
has.
she's
It's
beloved
so
by
good.
her
Pretty
owners.
cool.
Han Solo and Chewbacca have spent years searching the galaxy for the ship they once called home. What else
Still
would you
got it.
like to know?
Okay.
There you go.
What is the Slave One?
You asked me about Slave Eye. The deadly
Okay.
Slave Eye was infamous
All right.
for its association with Jango Fett, a bounty
Says
hunter in
Slave
Mandalorian
Eye.
armor. Fett packed the craft with weapons, from laser cannons and projectile launchers to seismic chargers. Boba Fett inherited Slave Eye upon Jango's
It
death,
said
but Aura Singh
Slave
crashed it
Eye?
on Florum and Boba
It
was
said
taken into
Slave
Republic
Eye.
custody.
Oh.
Hondo
Yeah, it
Onika
said
repaired
slave
Slave
I, not
I,
slave
and
one.
Boba later
Slave
reclaimed
I.
it.
Yeah,
A generation after Django's death, the distinctive craft
pretty
remained
cool.
the last thing fugitives wanted to
It's
see on
really
their
going into details,
scanners.
talking about when
What else
Django
would you
had
like to
it
know?
and all this. That's awesome. Pretty
That is
detailed.
neat. So obviously we found some flaws in it,
What else
but
would
I
you
mean,
like to
there's
know?
so much data here. I can't believe there is so much here.
Sure.
He also there was what is an ion cannon. So I'm sure there's plenty of other technology things that you could try out too with this one,
Oh
but
yeah. Yeah.
uh, we tried it out enough. But hey, Jeff, get some synonyms in there. I almost said cinnamons in there.
And cinnamon. And cinnamon. No, it was good. I liked it. It was definitely good for the May 4th coming up here. Pretty cool.
Um, I don't think I can turn off my power to this thing, so we'll just switch to this scene.
There we
Um,
go.
yeah, I really liked it.
Hmm. Hmm.
Even though I couldn't hear it, I've tried it out in the past, and it's just so amazing. And I've seen his database;
Yeah.
it has
Yeah.
a lot of data in there. So
Hmm.
this was really a good treat.
Yeah. And the Star Wars universe is so huge. I mean,
So
there's
vast.
so
Yeah.
many different things, and like, I mean,
Yeah.
you could have a whole thing on force powers. You could have a whole thing on species. You could have a whole thing on vehicles.
Lightsabers,
Oh my goodness.
the different color
Crazy.
cyber crystals.
Yep. Yep. Everything. Just crazy.
Yeah.
Pretty cool though. Really good.
Um,
Um,
so yeah, without that was our bean taste test. We haven't done that in a long time. Glad we
yeah.
got to do that.
Same. It was
Um,
nice to jump back into that.
but let's go into our bean of the week. Slightly early, but I have some things I could probably talk about.
Sure.
So, do you want to start us off?
Um, in what may be the most expensive bean of the week that we've ever had, I have a minivan. There we go. There we go.
Nice.
Um, it was time. I guess we needed the space, and you know, apparently you're not allowed to put kids on the roof, so or they're not allowed to ride in the back of the bed of a truck. So,
Hmm.
when you're going down the freeway. So we needed we needed a minivan, So did my research, looked at a bunch, had some family friends who had a couple, and we were looking at them and did a bunch of test driving for what they had,
Okay.
and went with a 2023 Honda Odyssey.
Nice.
So it's pretty cool. Probably wore out the button that opens the doors automatically. I like stood there and was like, click, and it just slides the door open. Then I click and it slides the door shut. And I click and I open it. It was awesome. It was like I had the force, It was awesome. I'd be lifting it up in the air and whatever. The tailgate, like whatever.
I was gonna say, does it have like the foot tailgate or whatever? You just put your foot
Yeah,
underneath there.
yeah, yeah. We went for that higher tier model or that
Okay,
trim level.
that was
So
a higher tier model. Ooh,
oh my goodness, yeah. Yeah. But,
nice.
I wish it had a cool color like Darth Vader black or something, but no luck. I think it's called, like,
Right.
metallic gray, you know?
Uh,
So,
some
but,
silvers are nice,
yeah, yeah.
but I don't know if I like any color on a minivan.
Yeah, I can understand that. Yeah.
Maybe a
Uh,
hot yellow or
there you
like a,
go, with some flames
orange.
inside. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's actually, what is this? Pacific I can't even say the word. Pacific Pewter, 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 right? Like
Okay.
whatever, metallic. So that's what
Okay.
we picked up. It's got some bells and whistles to it. It's kind of neat. Um, some things are redundant though. Like my kids have fire tablets, right,
Yeah.
for those occasions when they need it. And I really don't need the media thing that flips down. So there's like a small, I think it's 10-inch screen that comes
Okay.
out. Like I don't need that, right? Because they have their tablets.
Yeah.
But it's there. I don't know. It's got a bunch of cool little features, some ports and stuff for, different electronics and whatever. And um it's nice. It's nice. But I am now the proud-ish owner of a minivan. Uh,
Proudish. Nice. Does
proud-ish.
it have Wi-Fi?
No. It's
Okay.
an option, but I'm cheap. So uh like it
It is
exists.
a monthly fee, and you
Yes.
opted out of the monthly fee.
Yeah, it's a subscription. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they call it Honda Link. And so I just decided, like, yeah, just spent like 45 grand. I don't think I need that one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
whatever.
There.
But it's
Yeah.
nice. It really is nice. It's gonna, there's seats stow and go and have all that stuff.
Okay.
Um, they slide
Cool.
around different configurations, and it's just gonna be a lot better for us. So
Does it have like
that is,
heated and cooled seats?
yeah, yeah, which are
Does it have
weird.
cooled seats are weird or the hot
Yeah,
heated? Because heated is not that
heated
weird.
seats are great. I
Yeah.
tried the cool
Yeah.
seats,
Cooled
and it's
seats.
just like a different experience,
It is a different experience, but when it's super hot out, trust me, you'll
Love
want
it.
them. Yeah.
Cool. Cool.
Yeah, I love it. Are they, do you have a dark interior too, or is it a light interior?
It's a dark interior. Yeah,
Okay,
that was a
that'll
big
also help a
thing.
lot with the dark interior.
Yeah, yeah.
Does it
But
have? I'm guessing it doesn't, but I have to ask. Does it
sure,
have massage seats?
no. If that was an option, I would be there in a heartbeat.
Okay,
I want my shiatsu massage thing that you go to the mall and pay $1 for. Whatever.
nice.
But yeah, it's got bells and whistles. It's kind of neat. It's a little overkill, but I figured we're gonna put it to good use. So,
Yeah, no,
pretty
I mean,
pretty happy.
if you're gonna go all in on a minivan, you better just go all in.
Yeah, I should have got like LED lighting on it, and
You
extra
can always
tinted
add that stuff
windows.
later. So
Yeah,
that's
right.
the fun about owning cars. You can always accessorize later.
That's true. That's true. So when you see me cruising down the interstate with flame paint job on it and stuff like that,
Nice,
yeah, cool, cool, cool. But that's mine. Honda Odyssey. So that's
very neat.
I do think I just set the record though, Will,
Yes,
for
you did. Yes,
until
you
you
did.
build your dream PC. I think I've set the bar with the highest
I don't think I can
speed.
build a dream PC that will beat you. If I did, my wife would kill me.
Yeah.
But
Well,
anyways,
you did have a computer technical gadget thing for your bean, didn't you?
I did. I also didn't mean um think about it, but I actually bought a couple of things for my computer to
Nice.
this last week. But the one my beat of the week is the camera that you are seeing me on right now. It's an Anchor Pro Power Conf C200 2K webcam. So it's it's pretty nice. A lot better
Yeah,
than my phone.
sure.
Uh,
Sure.
and my problem was with my phone, it was dying all the time.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
then I would have to turn it on or plug it back in, and then I don't know. I had to do a bunch of stuff. So I
Hmm.
was just getting mad about it. And I was like, just gonna get a webcam and go all in on this thing.
Yeah.
Um, and funny thing is, it's Anchor, like I said.
Hmm.
All my cords, uh, all the I have a bunch of cords.
Yep. Yep.
Also, Anchor, and I have
Yeah.
their power like USB uh deck. I don't know what it's called.
Like a
Power
power
deck.
bank.
Power bank maybe. It has a
Hmm.
bunch of USB ports in it.
Oh, a hub.
Uh
A hub. Yep.
hub. Thank you.
Yep.
Uh yeah, I have an Anchor hub as well.
Mhm.
So I didn't know I had all this Anchor stuff prior to me getting this. But
Yeah.
it works because I get to use their stuff to power this uh, uh, webcam. So
Yeah.
yeah, I was telling Kevin earlier, I like it. It's just different, and I think it's more definition. Even though this was 1080p,
Hmm.
this is slightly better. Um,
Yeah.
and
I mean,
I don't know, it's just
I
different.
I have a lot of Anchor stuff as well. Like I have their power banks, like for like portable charging. I have a
Okay.
hub for my MacBook and everything that I just plug like a keyboard into and another
Hmm.
monitor. I just run it all through there. Really great products. And I'm looking through the listing right now, and it says it has like AI. I don't think you're using it at the moment, but like AI noise canceling microphones, adjustable field of view, low light, and then the privacy cover, which is always cool to have
Yes.
too.
Yeah, which is
Um,
really neat. All you do is slide it, and
mhm.
I thought it was just gonna blacken out the screen, but it actually turns off the screen completely.
Oh, okay. So it just kills
So
power to, yeah.
kills power to the camera.
Nice. Nice.
So it's pretty nice.
Yeah. I like it. I mean, it's got fantastic reviews to it. Um,
Hmm.
does it seem pretty solid? Like the mount, like do you have it on top of a monitor or do you have it on a
So I
tripod
had
or?
it on top of the monitor, but I just mounted it today to what I had this mounted to.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
I had it mounted like this. So I used but the port is right in the back, so I couldn't
Uh,
put it completely like I could on the phone because
mhm.
it was meant for a phone, not
Sure.
for
Sure.
a camera, webcam. But it still works. I it's holding it enough, and I think it's more sturdy this way than just sitting on top of my
Yeah,
monitor. So.
that makes sense. Have you messed with the field of view stuff that I'm looking at? Like you can have, what is it, 55, 90 degrees or what is
So
it,
that is
65 degree?
like the angle of the camera, and at least the 95.
Oh,
It's
okay.
the angle of
Okay.
the camera and still get certain type of clarity or something like that.
Gotcha.
Um but then I have not tried the AI noise canceling because I already utilize AI noise canceling anyways in my videos
Yeah,
through my NVIDIA GeForce.
that's true. That's true.
So yeah,
You'd have
um,
all the AI canceling.
yeah, exactly.
Nice.
And then the other thing is, I didn't put this in my thing, but I got this. Uh, 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 can we focus here? This Viper Gaming Patriot. There we go.
Okay.
64 gigs of memory.
Nice.
What?
Nice.
I can definitely tell the difference. My computer isn't lagging anymore.
Uh-huh.
I haven't had to restart like constantly. So that's a big thing. If I have a
Nice.
bunch of my browsers open like I do, and
Hmm.
Chrome is a huge eater of memory,
Yeah.
just in general. you have
Oh
one
yeah.
browser, one tab open, it
Yep.
is a lot of memory. And if you have tons of tabs open, that's even more. So,
Yeah.
uh, yeah, I put in two. It has two sticks. I had a four slot, so only took out two, but they are 8 gigs a piece. My old ones
Okay.
were 8 gigs a piece, so I have now 80 gigs of memory. It's it's awesome.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You know,
That's
I was
impressive.
talking to my brother. My brother's. It was like last year
Mhm.
when they did this, and they're like, I bought it 64 gigs of memory in my new build, and it's it's night and day difference. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you guys suck. And then when I finally was able to buy it myself, yeah, it is a night and day difference,
It's a game
and
changer.
I would recommend more memory for anyone.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you are like just looking at a laptop with memory, don't be stingy on that memory, okay?
Yep.
Make sure I would try to focus on 64 gigs of memory on anything you buy from now on.
Yeah. Future proof it as
Yes.
best as you can. Yep.
If it has more than 64 gigs, much better. But
Hmm.
do not go the 32 gig or 16 or 20. It's just not enough with today's apps and whatnot.
Yeah.
They utilize the memory.
Yep.
So
Yeah. It always makes me think of that quote. I think it was Bill Gates that said, when he was coming, I think it was Bill Gates who, when he came out with like the first version of Microsoft Windows, he said like 512 megabytes is going to be plenty for everybody. And look at where we are now. You
yeah,
know, crazy.
that's awesome.
So, but yeah, that's
Um,
awesome. That it does well.
with all that said, I did want to tell everyone I am going to be streaming again tomorrow. I'm
Ooh,
going to get back into game development. So I am going to probably utilize Phaser with all my games
okay,
and create Phaser web apps and Alexa skills utilizing the web API for
nice.
games. So
Do you,
starting tomorrow
you have
at
a
8
time?
p.m.
Okay, perfect.
Central Time, 8 p.m. Central Time. It's the same slot as this time, except
Mhm.
for tomorrow.
Perfect.
Um, at least I'm starting at 8. We'll see when I end. Uh,
Yeah.
but we're going to start with Powers Fighter tomorrow. I already
Okay.
have a nice start on it, and I've played around with Phaser a lot lately, so I have a decent amount of knowledge with it as well. So we can break some stuff and
Nice.
build some really
Nice.
cool stuff. Also, I have a lot of great ideas, and I'm hoping to share that with everyone, and um, hopefully you guys can see the progress I'm making with these games as I build them. I always love feedback as well while I'm creating these games. So if you ever have any ideas or uh, naming convention or like you want to name something, I'm all ears. You can always throw stuff out there, and I love the feedback and connecting with the audience as well, especially when I'm developing live like that. So I I'm hoping everyone will try to come out tomorrow or come out watch tomorrow uh, as I start my new stream.
Yeah,
So
that is awesome. Awesome. So 8 p.m. Central,
mhm.
Will's gonna start streaming some game dev. That's going to be awesome because you don't see that much in the Alexa community now. So it'd
Yeah.
be nice to get that up and running. Cool. I will keep an eye on that. Best way is to, and you're going to do that here on Twitch, correct? Like that's
Here
all going to be
on
through
this
Twitch.
channel.
So
Yep.
if you follow and hit the little notification icon, that way you'll be alerted. Just pop on and hang out. That's awesome.
Exactly.
Good
I will
stuff.
also port it to the YouTube channel as well. So if you watch it on YouTube, like this is all supported to YouTube.
Mm,
So, but
cool.
yes.
Cool. Did you
Do you
have
have
anything
any?
else for Let's Talk Voice?
I do not.
Okay. Yeah, neither do I. We'll just plug Discord. That's still exists, still a thing. If you want to hop in there, we can hang out there as well. Probably a pretty good uh way to get in touch with us. And
Hmm.
yeah, so that's pretty great. Otherwise, we will catch up with you next week.
All right. Well said. All right. Later, everyone.
Thanks for hanging out with us. A few last items if you don't mind. Like and subscribe. It's free and really helps support us. Leave a comment about your thoughts on the show. And join our Discord and say hi.